Good afternoon, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a privilege and honor to, within the scientific symposium Making and Shaping Things in Creative Economics from History to Present Day, present the book of our colleague and friend from Bosnia and Herzegovina, who is represent with us today Associated Professor, Doctor and Dr. Honoris Causa, Sabahudin Hadžialić, but who is with us as the professor from the UNINETTUNO University from Rome, Italy. And his just published book in English language by think tank journal EURASIA Review from United States of America, titled Media Literacy and Media Ethics, The Only Way Out. This is the first promotion of the book in Europe, and we are very happy and honored to be the first university within which premises the book will be presented. The book has reviewed by the scholars and publicists from United States, Poland, Serbia, and Bosnia and Herzegovina, and some more of them will you hear today via video links from United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia. Author himself will read some parts of the reviews from colleagues from Poland and Serbia. Book is available in print and e-edition on Amazon.com or through Professor's official website page. However, promotion is currently online through YouTube channel of DIOGEN Pro Culture magazine from United States, and editor-in-chief of the magazine since 2009 is our colleague Sabahudin Hadžialić. Please allow me to say a few words about the author, Sabahudin Hadžialić. Sabahudin Hadžialić was born in 1960 in Mostar, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Today he lives in Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. He is a professor, scientist, writer, poet, journalist, and editor. He wrote 26 books, poetry, prose, essays, as well as textbooks for the universities in Bosnia and Herzegovina and abroad. And his art and scientific work is translated in 25 world languages. He published books in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, France, Switzerland, United States, and Italy. He participates within European Union project funds, and he is a member of scientific boards of journals in Poland, India, and United States. Also, he is a regular columnist and essayist since 2014 of EURASIA Review, think tank and journal of culture magazine for culture, art, education, and science from United States. He is a member of major association of writers in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, and Montenegro, as well as foundations and associations worldwide. As professor, he was teaching and still does at the universities in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Italy, Lithuania, and Poland. His connection with Lithuania and especially Kaunas faculty of Vilnius University goes back in 2016, when he, as a representative of the university from Bosnia and Herzegovina, visited us, and the mutual benefit cooperation was developed through being enlisted as a member of scientific committee of some Kaunas faculty conferences, up to the concrete teaching involvement by the side of Professor Hadžialić within academic years in 2017-18 within MA study under the syllabus he wrote and modeled titled Art Communication. Today he is with us as Professor of University Telematica Internazionale UNINETTUNO, shortly UNINETTUNO University from Rome, Italy. Detailed info about Sabi you can find on his official website. And Sabi, what is...
Nettuno è nato nell'area di recuperare attraverso l'università e i risultati quella dignità che spesso alle persone viene tolta. Soprattutto la cosa più importante è che si porta l'educazione e la formazione di alto livello di qualità.
I chose UNINET because their professors are the best. They communicate with the MIT, and I want to go to MIT.
You can't put a value on knowledge. Your level of impact in life is directly proportional to to what knowledge I can have. Through the scholarship, I have the possibility of having access to knowledge. It's invaluable.
So my objective is this, to finish the university and to follow my dream, to be a filmmaker and to continue in my career.
L'università telematico di Nettuno è stata veramente un'università che è riuscita a democratizzare la giustizia.
So thank you very much for the presentation. And part of the foreword written by Dr. Dorota Semenicka, professor from Faculty of Education Sciences, Nicolaus Copernicus University, Torun, Poland, will be read by the side of Professor Hadžialić, because she was not able to be with us today. However, she sends greetings and respect from Poland to the professor.
The book titled Media Literacy and Media Ethics, The Only Way Out by Sabahudin Hadžialić is a collection of 40 essays written between 2016 to 2019, devoted to the challenging facing of modern media society. The author, in the content of the book, particularly emphasized the importance of conscious social civic participation in the decision-making process at the micro and macro levels. He attaches special importance to education to the media and through the media. According to the author, preparation for participation in the media requires critical thinking. However, this problem is even deeper. Today's algorithms are so complex that they analyze our preferences, choices made, like browse websites on the internet, content, and by adapting to them suggest other related ones. The accuracy of these choices is perfect, but sometimes you get the impression that artificial intelligence predicts choices that we haven't made yet. Personalization of information makes it increasingly difficult to assess the situation, get to the truth. This state of uncertainty raises many questions about the ethical side of the media and how to use data posted on the internet and other information systems. Our organizing groups in the internet space, as Professor writes, power of citizens in creation of democratic environment with understanding and avoiding manipulations which are tended to politicians, regardless of the level of government from which they come, is enough. In his book, manifests deeply humanistic faith of humans, emphasizing the power of individuality and responsibility of the individual. Responsible journalism starts with each of individual journalists because the first journalist is responsible to himself, herself, to the people around him, and then to all who may read what he or she writes, and then to the profession itself, on page 24. The collection of essays forms a coherent whole. They are written with a knack for the written word. The content is readable and makes you reflect. The content of the essays not only postulates of the theoretical change, but the author indicates the directions of changing. In the book, we find answers to the questions of how to put into practice the ideas of ethics and the required responsibilities of leaders of government. Another element extremely important for building an ethical society is the transparency of all stages of work and decision-making. Therefore, ethical standards should be based on intellect, experience, as the author writes, and wisdom. I recommend the book to everyone who is close to the issues of ethics and problems of society contemporary immersed in technology. Content refers to problems but also to possibilities. Now, I would like to present you a recorded video by the side of Peter Pace, scholar and publicist from USA, and his review of my book.
My distinguished mentor and Professor Dr. and Dr. Causa Dovilė Balevičienė, it's a great honor to be with you from the city of Washington, D.C. Here in fall weather, in autumn weather in Washington, D.C. Distinguished colleagues of the Kaunas faculty, Vilnius University, and Dean Associate Professor Dr. Kestutis Driaunys, respected colleagues Dr. Triin Jerlei and Dr. Gidreius Romeika. It's a great honor to be with you this beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. Distinguished present colleagues of the book promotion of Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić, distinguished academicians and students, respectable professors at the Scientific Symposium, in Kaunas faculty. It's a great honor to be with all of you virtually from Washington, D.C. It's a great privilege to share with all of you some of my thoughts on the recent book published by Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić in Europe and in the United States. On September 9th, the 9th Pan Commonwealth Forum of Learning in Scotland, Sir John Daniel stated, Adam Smith, a key figure in the Scottish Enlightenment who lived here from 1723 to 1790, was the first thinker to articulate the vital differences of working principles between college workshops and industrial factories. His famous example was making things. In a college workshop, one person performed all of the operations required to make a thing. Whereas in factory, three principles came into play: specialization, division of labor, and the use of machines. In continuation, Sir John Daniel emphasized these principles were the basis of the Industrial Revolution, whose economies of scale transformed manufacturing in Britain in the following century. Yet almost 200 years passed between the publication of Adam Smith's classic work, The Wealth of Nations, and the application of his principles to the creation of the university. The compelling principles of Adam Smith towards bolstering the idea of an invisible hand, as the tendency of free markets to regulate themselves by means of supply and demand, fair competition and the factor of self-interest, are certainly applicable in the constantly changing and evolving landscape of media literacy. The latter is a key component to the promotion of essential democratic values and further encourages the growth of anti-toxic components that provide societies with a healthy immune system shaped by transparent public institutions, flourishing freedom of the press, and encourages responsible public service. The concepts of government transparency, access to public information, accountability, and patriotism, embraced or rejected by government leaders and statesmen, are equipped with the invisible hand of Adam Smith that encourages corrupt government leaders to exert a certain degree of influence upon the information media and telecommunications, and therefore have indispensable impact on information and media literacy. Furthermore, it is crucial to delineate the high level of corruption in the country run by kleptocrats and incompetent leaders generating disturbing interference and impose dictate consistent information campaigns among the major national information media channels. As of today, Southeast European countries of Albania, Macedonia, Serbia, Kosovo, Montenegro, and Moldova, Macedonia, suffer from rampant levels of North Macedonia, suffer from rampant levels of government corruption and organized crime with an ever-growing influence in shaping public opinion, distortion of true facts, while hindering these nations from embracing true economic principles of Adam Smith. Therefore, swarming their respective invisible hands at a national level by injecting false information to the public opinion at large, instead of focusing more money into the pockets of their humble countrymen that are succumbing to poverty. In his book, Media Literacy and Media Ethics, The Only Way Out, Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić states the essence and significance of media literacy is primarily reflected in the influence of the media on the major democratic processes. The media today influences the shaping of opinions, beliefs, and attitudes. Although there are differences in the level of media influence, all researchers involved in the analysis of the media of the sui generis agree that the media have a tremendous impact on society as a whole, and thus eo ipso on each individual and person's narrow circle. In the moment when we understand the influence of the media with the help of media literacy, we are on the right path to prevent dependence on the media. Apropos, to use them as a tool for making judgments and attitudes within the creation of a healthy society of direct democratic consciousness, and not the main dish of manipulation on the table of that individual narrow group ones or intentions and interests. As a Southeast European intellectual with a rising global impact, Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić, who has also received the degree of Doctor Honoris Causa from the National University East of the Republic of Paraguay, unlike his fellow peers, is cognizant of the persistent intersection that exists between information media networks and political groups. The latter have a tendency to always dominate the former. In his scholarly work, Professor Hadžialić is generating a European discussion that strives to improve media literacy and strengthen the independence, accuracy, and efficiency of information media. In this context, it is evident that in spite of his home country, Bosnia and Herzegovina, governed by some of the most politically ruthless Nazi nationalists, there is a light hope. represented by Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić, inspired by a genuine desire to reach economic prosperity and a free market system through strong democratic institutions and ensure respect for human rights. The very same principles that Adam Smith elaborated across Europe over 2 centuries ago. Professor Sabahudin Hadžialić's book reinstates the importance of innovation in tertiary education. The European Union institutions, including UNESCO and other cultural multilateral organizations, should focus on the promotion of lifelong learning, on embracing and adapting some of the interactive concepts and notions unveiled on the following page. Thanks again. From the city of Washington, D.C., I send to all of you, each one of you, my best regards, and good luck with this impressive book promotion, symposium, and scientific conference at the Kaunas faculty in Vilnius, Republic of Lithuania. You take care. Bye-bye.
So, parts of review written by Professor Dr. Dragan Nikodievich, Dean of the Faculty of Media and Communication from Megatrend University from Belgrade, Serbia, will be read by Sabahudin Hadžialić.
With a look at the past century, we can undoubtedly claim that the prevailing thoughts of that era or the dominant social theories of the time that are behind us have not infrequently focused on the reflection of the diverse and complex phenomena of mass communication media. From the perspective of the overall history of the media, the initial development understanding of the media as objective and very neutral interpreters of reality, the so-called pre-theoretical period, very quickly gave way to an approach that indicated serious theoretical reflections on various aspects of media existence in the social environment. In the meantime, numerous theory schools and a whole host of theorists have offered as innumerable interpretations and signposts to better understand the media and the impact they produce. Thanks to numerous theoretical and research developments, many media phenomena, including the media corpus as a whole, have become closer and more accessible to our understanding. But despite the undoubted progress that has been made in this field, we are inclined to believe that the media world is still full of unknowns and that it will remain its determinant forever. If for no other reason, it is certainly due to the technological conditionality of the media, which makes it difficult to determine the development flows and the limits of change or progress. They claim that knowing what the future holds, it means that we are not looking far enough. Tim Berners-Lee, inventor of the hypertext, said this. Just comes from the media context and suggests our inability to understand the role and position of communications media in the future. In other words, the biggest trouble about this issue lies in the illusion of its simplicity, behind which lies the incredible complexity that references as well on complex media technologies, as well as politics, economics, psychology, and many other aspects that have been developed by media practice. That is why in today's world, and we believe it will be the determinant of the future, in a way, as Volvage said, there is nothing outside the media. Deeply aware of these circumstances, Professor Hadžialić, in his extensive study of media literacy and media ethics, the only way out, without pleading towards final solutions, points to two key directions in which efforts must be made unconditionally and what we need to do when it comes to our facing with the media future. The first, and possibly the main corridor of engagement, which the author advocates, is the continuous strengthening of social capacities in the field of media literacy. It would seem that there is nothing new and special about this, and that is just another series of reminders of the importance of this topic in our efforts to eliminate or minimize the consequences of various forms of media abuse. However, in his study, Professor Hadžialić makes a step towards identifying the main problems that make today's media literacy contentious and insufficient, and what and how changes should be made in this field. Being literate used to mean being able to express your thoughts and feelings through graphic signs of letters. Today, the concept of literacy is significantly expanded and has a completely different meaning from the one it had in the times that followed. In modern times, this term refers not to traditional but primarily to media literacy. For a reason, because in terms of mass conditional that is spoken and written communication have long ago given primacy to the new media, regardless of the mass user domain. Given the technological and specific characteristic of new age media, it is more than obvious that the use, knowledge, and understanding of media content is coupled with skills and knowledge that are inherently expert. Therefore, media content created in technologically complex process is usually not accessible to full understanding and correct interpretation of the intended messages. This gives space and opens opportunities for various misuse and manipulative use of the media, or at the best, makes the communication process insufficient and burdened with noise and interference. In the end, it should be noted that Professor Hadžialić's study was prepared in an interestingly structured form as a series of 40 interconnected essays that collectively provide valuable reflection on a number of key issues that are vital to our understanding of the media and the nature of the impact that they have in the social environment. I heartily and cordially recommend for the media literacy, media ethics, the only way out, a study for public publication.
Looks like now is the time for another video presentation.
Yes, I would like to present you a recorded video by the side of Professor Dr. Miloš Papić, professor from the Faculty of Management from Serbia and Banja Luka College from Bosnia and Herzegovina, and his review of my book. Professor will speak in my language, joint language, which I call joint. It's Bosnian, Serbian, Croatian, and Montenegrin, which is the same language because we don't need interpreter when we speak between each other. And I will do the translation of his work.
Poštovani kolege akademici, poštovani dekane fakulteta u Kaunasu, Univerziteta u Vilniusu, poštovani kolege.
Respectable colleagues, academics, respectable Dean of the Kaunas faculty of Vilnius University Kaunas, Professor Driaunys, Kestutis, respectable colleagues, Dr. Triin and Dr. Romeika, respectable and dear colleagues from the Scientific Symposium, Making and Shaping Things in Creative Economies from History to Present Today, at the Kaunas faculty, Vilnius University, Lithuania. I will speak about the review of the scientific essays of Dr. Sabahudin Hadžialić. The textbook, collection of 40 scientific essays published from February 2018 to October 2019 in the think tank journal EURASIA, USA, collectively Media Literacy and Media Ethics, the only way out, is an analytical example of the different processes of the understanding of media literacy within the aspects of the interaction of media literacy. Also, Dr. Sabahudin Hadžialić, media theorist, extremely rich biography, recently is involved and deals with political manipulation within social processes which join denominated the fragmented cultural, social, and political area in the world. Media literacy, if appropriately addressed to society through an appropriate educational period, can be helpful in defining opportunities for social development and immediate democratic awareness. This study, in a scientific sense, continues and broadens the debate about the roles and importance of media literacy within our time as basic assumptions. The development of humanistic societies, rather than the creation of obedient followers who run simple rails, which are guided by the last thoughts of manipulation and exploitation of societies for their own purposes. Or, as the author himself underlines, by avoiding mediators with the ability to make timely and argumentative conclusions for the benefit of society as a whole, within critical observation, promotion, but also action, as the author himself underlines, considering above all ethical criteria aimed at shaping the necessary modern professional journalism. Author further emphasized that media literacy is a basic prerequisite for establishing a society of developed democratic conscience. At the same time, the second hypothesis emerged as a logical sequence from the textbook's title, referring to the political manipulation of the subject of political pluralism precisely on the basis of insufficient media literacy of the society itself. The third hypothesis concerns the professionalism of the mediators themselves, the journalists, one specific personality that lies between the public and the source of information with a focus on ethics within all varieties and types. In that Triin, the mutual conditionality of the given hypothesis has presumed the realization of the scientific research on the basis of which has been brought conclusions which shapes this textbook. The author also directs his work towards media education, or education of the media, where he talks about developing skills that help to look below the surface of media messages, explaining the same media messages per se about the public and its interaction with the media text, the commercial implication of the media, about how the media contents, addition to ideological also and viable messages, but the media has a social and political thought message implication. In this chapter, as well as the one that follows, the story is about aesthetical and ethical shape of the media appearances. Furthermore, the talk is about media literacy, which has been recently established as a separate scientific discipline. Colleague Sabahudin Hadžialić considers that mass media is an immanent cultural factor. It is difficult to imagine the cultural image of some country and not to have included the media in it and without valorization of media contribution to cultural assets. The cultural identity of some country is vague also from media attachments, and top media products are always recognizable in the wider cultural environment. The book also discusses the rules of mass cultures, folk and high cultures, commercial culture, and the role of mass media within global economic relations. Market, income, readership, viewership, and listening are the main criteria, not only because of proving the quality, but justifying the time to sell their ad to other agencies. Also in the book, were named and responded to the modern shocks that enable the internet as something that enables instant interaction within a society. When talking about new technologies and media literacy or media ethics, the author answers, does journalism still mean anything within media literacy and media ethics? Who is the distributor of media text in the future? What will be the space for creating media text look like in the future? And what is the journalism in the era of social media? The book examines with the practice examples and simply explains these scientific postulates. The whole book is creation of a textbook in which the author explicitly writes that the main goal in media literacy and media ethics is to create a method that is free from prejudice and which, based on what has been stated so far, should and must contain openness to the media world, education, literacy and ethics, with the aim of understanding how important the media is in the educational process, and not to look in the media, never exclusively, the negative side, but to look as a means of assuming the development of society within the communication of all with everyone. Based on 40 essays presented, the theoretical and practical contribution of this study can be measured measurably within the methodological setting of appropriate understanding, implementation, analysis, and improvement of media literacy and media ethics to prevent the construction of reality, which can often be a false picture of the real world in which we live. Media literate persons will know very well how to distinguish construction from reality within the media message on the basis of an analytical, targeted approach to a permanent form of education, from the early days of adulthood to lifelong learning for each of us, focused on quality fact-finding and false flushes, which are often just a story for the immediate needs of those in control of the media. I wish you a successful work of the scientific conference. Many greetings from Belgrade, Serbia. First, I hope that this presentation found interesting, and I would like to express a deep gratitude, first of all, to the Dean of Kaunas faculty, Vilnius University, dear colleague and friend, Associate Professor Kestutis Driaunys, and his team, including Professor colleague Dr. Triin Jerlei, colleague Dr. Gidreius Romeika, and especially my dear friend and colleague Professor Dr. Jadvyga Kruminiene for giving me everlasting support with my work since the first day of contacts here. But of course to all of you to make me possible to be here today with you, and also respected colleague, distinguished Professor Vladislav Fomin, if I correctly right, you pronounce your name, with the Prestigious Faculty of the Prestigious Triin University, Vilnius University Kaunas, as well as the colleagues from the IT sector here with us. I do hope that the book will find place, not just within the university library shelves around the world, and as well outside of it, having in mind that in today's world of lost hopes, we have to focus towards literacy, to save critical thinking, and further develop it at the same time having in mind ethics as the main lead for the benefit of the world societies as a whole. Because that is, as the book title says, the only way out. I would like to make all one copy of the book for the library of Kaunas faculty here to my colleague Gidreius Romeika today, and if any of you would like to have a print copy, just visit amazon.com, and today my publisher said that the promo price is 20 euros, if anyone would like to buy it, it's more than welcome, because I just received it from the publisher from some states. Thank you once more, and of course I would like to give this book to Gidreius for the faculty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Professor Sabir, and you are more than welcome always in Kaunas campus of Vilnius University.
Thank you very
You
much.
are a part of our academic family.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good. It's now.
Sure.